I didn't even realize just how jam-packed November is for cozy games. And honestly, it could not come at a better time. It's getting colder outside, it's getting darker, and all I want to do is get in bed and play a cozy game. So today we're going to go through every game that caught my eye in November, and hopefully you'll find some good games to get yourself. Starting off with November 1st, we have Lonesome Village, and I am in love with this artwork. And just look how cute the heckin' town is. This game is described as a puzzle-solving life sim in a cozy, non-combat coyote adventure. And I love the fact that there's no combat in this game whatsoever. I feel like we're lacking those on the Switch recently. After having some strange dreams, you decide it's up to you to find some answers. For the story of this village is a dark one. Long ago, there was a tower that one day just mysteriously disappeared, taking every home with it. And the villagers attributed this to the cult, a group of wizards who wanted to control the world by summoning dark powers. Many years later, Lonesome Village was founded on this very ground. People flocked from all over the world to live there. And everything was good for a while, until the people of Lonesome soon discovered that the village wanted to remain alone. It's up to you to bring the villagers back by solving puzzles in the dungeons, but your work doesn't end there. You're also put to work in the village to rebuild the community. You do this by building relationships with all the cute characters, and you even get your own plot of land where you can build your house and fully customize and decorate both inside and out. And if that isn't enough, there is a garden for you to tend to and you can fish. It truly is quintessential puzzle-solving cozy vibes. This game genuinely seems like a cross between The Legend of Zelda with all the dungeons and a life sim. And honestly, I think this is exactly what I needed. This is definitely on my must-buy list and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Coming out on the 2nd of November, yep, you get one whole day's break, is Doraemon's Storia Seasons Friends of the Great Kingdom. We won't spend too long on this as I sneakily included it in last month's cozy game list, but I genuinely feel like this could be one of the best Storia Seasons games we've seen in a while. Not only is there everything you could previously do in Storia Seasons games, like farming, having livestock, fishing and going to the mines, you can also explore not only the deep ocean, but also the clouds. And there's also a 2-player mode. And compared to Storia Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town, the whole town and the environment just seems so full of life. And I'm fairly sure if you have a PC, you can try out the demo right now before it even releases on the Switch. This is definitely a game I will not only be checking out myself, but also on this channel. Then on the 4th, we have Harvestella. Right, I know I was pretty critical of the game's demo, but honestly, that comes out of love because I think this game has so much potential. But the good news is the devs have already taken in the criticism and have fixed major issues within the game already. For example, they've already addressed how fast the days are in the game and made each day longer. And amongst a whole list of things they've already done to fix the game, they've also partially reduced the loading time between areas. Nothing's been said about the blurriness so far, but I do honestly think they've probably fixed that as well, so I cannot wait to see what this game looks like day one of release. The game wasn't all bad from the demo. One thing I did really enjoy was the story, although it is a shame that there is no voice acting. You wake up in a strange town and hear the villagers talking about Quietus, the season of death. From them you learn that Quietus has grown longer every season it's come around. And during this time, no villager can leave their house and no crops can grow. And soon it becomes your job to get to the bottom of this. And despite the fact we didn't get to delve too deep into the story in the demo itself, from what I saw, I was really enjoying it. There is also, of course, a farming sim element of this game, legally making it cozy. And as odd as it sounds to mix a farming sim with this type of RPG, it oddly works really well. The farming part of the game isn't huge, but it is still enjoyable. You basically use the farm to make money, and then you use that money for upgrades, allowing you to not only upgrade your weapons so you become stronger, but also upgrade your house, eventually letting you get livestock. And although there is quite a lot of combat in the game, it doesn't feel too overwhelming, and overall it's a really nicely balanced game. And I truly hope it lives up to many people's high expectations. Next is the game I'm probably looking forward to the most in November, and that's Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the 18th. And before you non-Pokemon players click off of this thinking, nah, Pokemon's not for me, listen to my words, because this by far is the coziest Pokemon game to have ever existed. I know it's a bold claim, but I stand by it. And yes, this Pokemon game has all the classic stuff in it. There's gyms and trainer battles, but finally, there's more to do in the game than that. First of all, there's 3 storylines, one centered around the gyms, one is a treasure hunt that sounds really fun, and there's a whole 3rd storyline we don't quite know much about yet. And can I just say, I am so excited that there's more to the story than just, wow, you're the best Pokemon player to have ever existed, well done. And this is the first open world Pokemon game ever. So not only is there storylines, there's also just the fun of exploring the world, which to be honest was my favorite part of Pokemon Legends Arceus. And much like Arceus, there's also going to be overworld Pokemon and overworld shinies. And yes, I love overworld shinies. There is something so satisfying about seeing it with your eyes and then running up to catch it. There's also a bunch of new Pokemon coming in this game. Some of them are absolutely adorable, like this new evolution that looks like it's wearing a toothless onesie. And this game has a few added extras that cozy gamers are absolutely gonna love. First of all, you can customize your character like never before. You finally stand a chance in making your Pokemon character actually look like you. And I mean, look at all these eyelash choices. You can also pet your Pokemon and give them baths, which, seeing as there's no Nintendogs, is the closest we'll ever get to it. And you can also cook for your Pokemon too. I mean, if you count making a sandwich as cooking. I do have a question. Where did the ham come from? And as if this game couldn't get any better, they finally gave us something we have been crying out for years. We finally get a camera. Not only can you take pictures of your Pokemon, you can also take selfies with your team and even your friends, as you can play this game with up to 3 other people via multiplayer. If there's one thing I know for certain in this game, it's that the story is going to be one of the last things I actually do. Now, I know there's a lot of early game footage out there right now criticizing the game's graphics and the game's frame rate. If it's fun, I honestly don't care, so I am very excited for the game. Next, coming out on the 25th of November is the Outbound Ghost. This is the perfect game for people who want scary vibes without the game, you know, actually being scary. This is an adventure RPG all about helping the ghosts ascend to their afterlife. It's set in a town filled with ghosts, forever made to haunt the earth until they settle their unfinished business. And once they've fixed their wrongs, they are finally able to ascend to the afterlife. Not only do you help others ascend to their afterlife, you seek the same for yourself. Only it would be an awful lot easier if you actually remembered your previous life. This game sees you battle using a turn-based battle system, gain abilities, solve puzzles, and help the residents find peace from their limbo by uncovering mysteries. And the game's graphics just look so good. Now, bear in mind, some of the boss battles are allegedly a little bit of a grind, but it looks really fun nonetheless. And then on the 29th of November, we have the Night Witch. This is a little bit of a different cozy game for you all, but I love the art style so much. And who doesn't love a witchy shoot 'em up? You can completely customize your playstyle with over 30 unique spell cards to choose from, so you can make whichever build you want to vibe with. Either make it super fast or super powerful. One of the reasons I brought this game up, even though I don't normally bring up shoot 'em ups, is it has some great in-game systems to tailor the game specifically to your playstyle and ability. Want to focus on just the story? Cool, you can turn on auto-aim and world-altering cheats. And of course, if you don't want anything to help you out in the game, just don't turn them on. Because we don't shame people for using easy modes here. You paid money for the game, you get to play it however you want. Those are my November top picks, and if you're looking for a reason to log back onto Disney Dreamlight Valley, click here. I'll see you next time, bye!